Hi guys, welcome back to another part of Core Java tutorial. The previous part we already see what we mean by an inner class in Java. So in this part we are going to learn about inner class in Java with a complete working example. So here I am going to create an example for demonstrating what we mean by inner class and how you can use it programmatically in Java. So here I am going to create a class named outer class. Now I am going to create an inner class in this class called outer class. So class inner class. So now there are two classes, an outer class and inner class. The class named inner class is declared within the scope of the outer class. Now I just declare a variable on the outer class. I name it as outer data, and I just specify a value for that string variable. I just assign a value called outer class data. Also I declare a variable within the inner class also, string inner data. I give it as inner class data. Okay, now I am going to create a variable on the outer class, not variable, a method, public void outer method. This is the method of the outer class. Also I create a method on the inner class also. I change it as inner method. Now I just print a message here from outer class method. Also I display a message on the method inside the inner class. Change it as inner class method. Now there are two classes, outer class and inner class. Inner class is within outer class, and on the outer class there is a string variable. Also the inner class there is a string variable. I declare that variables with two values, initialize that variables with two different values. Also there is a method is available on the outer class. Also there is a method is available on the inner class also. Now I am going to access the outer class variable. Here there is a single variable, there is only one variable called which is a string variable outer data. Now I am going to access this variable within the inner class, and inner class can access all the members including private variables of the outer class. So now I am going to access this string variable of the outer class within the method of the inner class. So here I'm going to display it. Outer class data, outer class variable value is equal to, I just print the value of this variable outer data, which is actually a variable of outer class outer data. Okay, now within this method I'm going to create object of the inner class. Inner class in is equal to new inner class. I just create an object of the inner class, and by using that object I call that method called inner method. Okay, now I'm going to create the main class here. Public class inner class demo. Here is the main method. Here is the command line argument. Okay, now I'm going to create an object of the outer class, and by using that object I'm going to call this method called outer method, which is a method of the outer class. Here I'm going to create an object of the outer class. Outer class O is equal to new outer class now I just invoke the method with the name outer method or dot outer method. Okay, so in that method first this message will appear from outer class method. After that I just create an object of the inner class, and by using that object I just invoke the method of that inner class. Here is this method will invoke, and it will display this message from inner class method, and it will display the value of the outer class. This is possible. Uh, this is a valid statement because an inner class can access all the members of outer class. Here you can see outer data is actually a member of outer class, but now this method inner method is actually the property of the inner class. So it is possible for the inner class to access any members or variables of the outer class. So now I'm going to save the program. I'm going to save it in D drive in programs. I save it as inner class demo dot java. Save as all files, save it. I'm going to run it. Okay, so java c inner class demo.java. Okay, there is no errors are present on the program, so now I'm going to run that program, inner class demo. Okay, from the outer class method, from inner class method, and that while uh, data that values of that variable is also displayed. Actually this uh, data is from the outer class and it is accessible on the inner class also. Now you can see that there is a string variable called inner data is present in the inner class. Now I just try to access this data, these variables to the outer class. So I just copy this statement and I just paste it on the outer class method. Now I am going to access the variables of the inner class on the outer class. So inner data, it is actually the inner class variable. Now I save it. So now if I compile this program, this the compiler will generate an error because it is not possible for the outer class to access the inner class variable. Here the inner data is the property of the inner class. So here I just try to access that variable on the outer class method. So it is actually it is not permitted in Java. So now when I compile this program, it will create an error because cannot find symbol inner data. This is because the inner data is actually the variable of inner class which is not accessible or which is not available on the outer class. Guys, please subscribe my channel now for getting more video updates. You will get the complete source code of this example from my blog. My blog URL is given under the description of this video. Please subscribe my channel now for getting more video updates. Thank you for watching. See you in the next part of this tutorial.